Well, hello there, my Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your Soulmate read for January 2020, though timeless. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, president of Join the Circle Productions. Professional witch, professional intuitive, and Pisces moon. Yeah, let's get down to it. Blessing the deck before this was, I got a little lightheaded. It was really cool. I always bless the decks before I hit record, right? Give them the good pre-shuffle and all of that. Got some images, some cards jumped out. Let's see how this goes. If you are new to my channel, please do like and subscribe. I am making my way to 1,000 subscribers so that I can do some super live chat, and I have made my subscribers the promise that once I get a little over 1,000 subscribers, I will do a little thing, a little ditty called Junk Tarot, and there is a video in the description box below that I did last year, my favorite video of 2019, clarifying Junk Tarot, so go watch that. It's a good one. It's one of my personal favorites, and my promise to my subscribers for the first couple of months to do that. As far as this reading goes, please keep in mind this is a general read, right? That's why I do Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, so that you can get, you know, your clues. Soulmates are part of mysticism. They just are. They're part of the divine mystery. So, you know, you get clues. That's why, you know, no one reading is going to nail it for everybody every time, right? So have the variety to check out your sun, which everybody knows their sun sign, your moon, your rising. Like I'm Pisces moon. I always check my moon sign stuff going on, particularly with soulmate stuff. It's more emotional, the moon, right? And take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I just think that's a wiser way to go about it, not get so, like, to just watch it and see what your intuition says. I can't believe I'm saying this to a Pisces, you know what I mean, right? This is a soulmate read, and I understand people have different definitions and experiences of that word. That's why in the description box below there are also some videos defining what I mean by soulmate. A couple done by me, but also one done by the spiritual teacher Matt Kahn called Soul Contracts, Redefining, what is it, Twin Flames and Soulmates Redefined. Go watch them. Because the soulmate and the twin flame, what they have in common is they are both soul contracts. The big difference is the foundation or the bottom line of each contract. Soulmate contract is you help each other heal. It's like we contract to help each other heal in this lifetime. And of course you have more than just one. This idea of having one soulmate is ridiculous. Hundreds of them. You help each other heal all the time. Think like family members if you have it that way. I do, with my mom. Twin flames, totally different. You teach each other how to heal yourselves. You teach each other how to love yourself, which is usually by withholding the help and the love, or at least, well, no one can give you the love that only you can give you. Yeah, right, twin flame. Transformative, and you need a shit ton of those too to evolve. So it's all good in the neighborhood, in the soul contract neighborhood, but there is a difference. And these readings, the one I do, are not just about soulmates, they are about the satisfying, sexual, intimate, romantic, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise soulmate contract that some of us, have been working on lifetime after lifetime. Remember, the term codependent didn't exist 200 years ago, right? So, we're learning, you know, so the mastery of relationships, man, is part of the ascension path, as far as I'm concerned, what I call the path of true love. That's what all my work is about, one way or the other. The evolution of the soul through relationships, and yes, through your family, through your friends, all of that, and a side of fries. But let us not forget that the intimate, romantic, sexual ones are some of the most challenging, right? So that's why we're going to have a look at a contract for us Pisceans, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and we're going to be doing it through a divine feminine and divine masculine. Now, if you know me and you've been watching, you know I prefer the Eastern language of yin and yang because it don't involve body parts, right? It's an energetic dynamic. We're not talking about gender. I consider myself in that context more divine yin, which makes me more divine feminine, and it's in my chart. I'm mostly feminine planets. It's fine. Well, planets and feminine signs. It's fine, however you want to dice it, slice it. But, you know, around certain men, I'm daddy. There's just a different vibe. I could impersonate a straight guy pretty well. I was an actor at one point in this life, and in others apparently. So you know what I'm saying? It's all fluid anyway. So take what resonates. You might even resonate with both sides. because we're all one, number one, and also it's a soulmate contract, so it can be that way. Cool. Oh, last thing, always remember to breathe. Please remember to breathe. I've been getting feedback in the comments section about people saying, thank you so much about the breathing stuff. It's so important, because it is. Because if you're taking conscious deep breaths, we're going to breathe anyway, right? I find if I'm doing the same, then we're both tuning to the same present moment, even though we're separated by the illusion of time and space. We're both finding the still point where the divine is. The gods are always here and now, right? The divine, the angels, the masters, what have you, always here and now. You won't find them in the past or the future. That's where the readings come from for me. And I'm a mystic, so I've learned to deal with not knowing ultimately where it all comes from. Mysticism, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Cool. So let's dive in. Take a nice deep breath, and let's do this. We're going to start with 2 cards from the Caroline Myss archetype deck. All the decks are in the description box below, but enjoy the scroll down, because there's a lot of cool shit in my description box. I'm a Virgo. I know how to serve a party. We're going to get the Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine here. And then we're off to the races. Here we go. Nice deep breath. Still point. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, my own included, please. 1 card to represent the Divine Feminine, and 1 card to represent the Divine Masculine. In this Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, satisfying, symbiotic, sexual, intimate, romantic, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, soulmate contract. Whether they know each other or not, have met or not. Please, 1 for the Divine Feminine, January 2020, though timeless, and 1 for the Divine Masculine, though 2020 or timeless. Woo! I love reading you guys last, but I also love reading you first, so you know for the next cycle, which I'm doing the What Do I Need reads for new moon to full moon next. I'm starting those tomorrow. I love my Pisceans. I do. I never met a Pisces I didn't love. Here we go. Who's our happy couple, though, in case you are new? I know they're like, turn the fucking cards, Mel. That these are archetype cards, soul powers, indicating the souls in the contract, right? The mates. But they're shadow and light. They're neutral. They're lead and gold. So whatever the shadow is, it's going to be toxic. It might be a little triggery. But that's what the relationship, you're helping each other heal, both within yourselves and individually and collectively as a field of consciousness. Oh, fuck. Okay, so here we go. The Divine Feminine has the Gambler, which sounds really, really good and fun in one hand, but then again, the shadow side of the Gambler is really toxic too. We'll get to her in a minute, because on the other side we've got the Addict. Now, I could feel thousands of people wanting to click off right in this moment, and I'm going to say don't, because whether you define yourself as the Divine Feminine or the Divine Masculine here, everybody has their addictions. And addictions can be for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, just like anything else, contracted. It's something particularly that there's an archetype, means that it's a soul power that we come in to deal with and alchemize from lead to gold about things not having power over us, right? So, I mean, people immediately jump to drugs and alcohol, and I get it. That's how we are all trained about what addiction is. I mean, Lord knows I was growing up as a kid. Don't smoke, don't smoke, don't smoke. You know, it just made me smoke. Oh, Nancy Reagan was like, just say no. I was like, no, it was the 80s. I'm Generation X. That really backfired. Just saying, on me, at least, right? On them, as far as I was concerned. So many other addictive patternings and forms. So we'll get to that in a minute, but hang in there, because codependence ain't no joke. It's just as much of an addiction as anything else. And from a soul perspective, addictions are essential if we want true love. If we want the experience of loving ourselves, then we all have to get. Addictions are written into the divine plan to make our souls grow and evolve. Drop the mic. It's just the truth, right? So take a nice deep breath. Let's look at this Divine Feminine. in for a penny, in for a pound reader that I am. Remember, shadow and light. Let's start with the shadow. The gambler archetype, divine feminine. Relying on luck rather than hard work. And sure enough, haven't we all been in that place, right? We're like, oh, well, let's just hope it all works out well. And that's a very mild case. But I think that will make more sense put in context with the light attribute. I know this card rather well. The light attribute, willing to follow intuition even when others doubt you, right? So that balance of the shadow and the light, if you're the Piscean divine feminine here with the gambler, then you know that thing. It's like, oh, you know, shake the dice, steal the rice, please let me not have to go to work today, right? Or please let it all just like relying on luck. When other times it really is that thing of, all right, no, I have to take the risk here. It's not just about not going to work. There's something else I'm supposed to do today. And taking the work in a different direction, the spiritual work, the intuitive work. I'm just using that as an example, right? So that shadow to light thing, I am a professional intuitive. I know that, so I'm already sort of more identified with the divine feminine on this one. Particularly because the divine masculine, the addict archetype, like I just quit smoking cigarettes after like, what, 10, 15 years of smoking, half a pack a day to a pack a day. I just stopped. I had a head cold, it was Thanksgiving, I was like, screw this, and I stopped. So that's what I mean. It's like, it's really hard to identify addictions if you only look at them as the physical, because I know people who are so addicted to being right that when they're proven wrong, they actually have withdrawal symptoms. And I won't have that conversation with them, right? That, oh, it's an addiction. I'm not here to make anybody wrong. Everybody's got their addictions. So we clear, and if you clicked off, you clicked off. Nothing I can do about it anyway. So let's have a look at this one, because this is part of the wild card family of archetypes. The gambler is the action family. The wild card is, the addict is the wild card. It's a whole category unto itself in a way, with a bunch of other cards that are whole categories unto themselves. So you know the shadow of the addict, right? That's what I mean. Like certain archetypes, people are like, oh, it sounds so beautiful, I want that one, and they don't realize the shadow of it is just as toxic as the light is bright. This is the truth. The same is true with the shadow and the light of the addict. Compromises integrity and honesty. Like that's the bottom line of the shadow of any addiction. You compromise your honesty and your integrity. Allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. In other words, your inner spirit is saying, no, don't do it, and you do it. Right? No, or it's saying, tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth. Go to the meeting, whatever it is. Do the thing you have to do, and you're like, no, I'm going to default to allow this thing to have power over my spirit. And then you get, like, drugs and alcohol is like a small percentage compared to what humanity is capable of in terms of its addictions, right? The light attribute helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior, not just in yourself but with others as well, so that you know it when you see it. Why? Because you did the work. Like I said, I can walk away very, very easily, apparently from an oral fixation. I am oral. I have no gag reflex. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. Yes, I did. But we literally walked away from cigarettes. Just like, okay, not my thing, but not that my oral fixation has gone away. Verbal. Cunning linguist in my teens. So you feeling that? We all have that. So let's not be judgy about this. A gambler and an addict together with great faith and with great tuning to intuition, helping each other heal. This could be a very powerful thing, because someone who has alchemized their addictions, a divine masculine who has alchemized their addictions, what couldn't they do? What wouldn't I do for the right guy? Hello, my name is Mark. I'm a practical magic quote addict. Let's have a look-see, duck-see, shall we? We're going to take 3 cards for the Divine Feminine from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, 3 Mythic Tarot for the Divine Masculine, simple timeline, past, present, future. Chances are you've already watched the other vids that I've done for the series, this being the last. You know what I'm going to do. Take a nice deep breath. Oh, my goddesses, you know who you are, my Piscean goddesses. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. 3 cards, past, present, future, for this divine feminine gambler archetype. in this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign soulmate contract for 2020. We're in, please. Where has she been in this this contract? Card of the past. Where is she now in this contract? Card of the present. Where is this divine feminine gambler now headed? Where is she now headed? Let me do that again. Where is this divine feminine gambler headed in this soulmate contract? Future. We're just going to do the divine masculine so that we get them on the table, and I'll read them straight across. Still point. My gods, please. 3 cards, past, present, future, for this divine masculine addict archetype. Feeling for him already, please. 3 cards, past, present, future. In this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign soulmate contract 2020. You're ready. Where has he been in this contract? Where is he now in this contract? Where is he headed in this contract? And they just said at the top of that one, they said, remember, the future positions for both are mutable, meaning that they can be changed, right? That's the point of divination in general, to get that there are quantum threads and there is free will, but regardless of which threads you choose to follow, it's all scripted, like a video game. It's already written, it's already programmed. Let's have a look. Divine Feminine, where has she been? Well, we're starting off with the Major Arcana card. Not just any Major Arcana card, the Spider Woman, the Wheel of Fortune, the Weaver, the Life Weaver, right? So this is about the quantum field, and this is about divine timing, and this is about the divine plan. So coming from a place of having experienced that, it is the difference between fate and destiny. Fate is what is written, and you cannot change it. Destiny is what you do with it. It's the narrative. Are you taking the hero's journey, or are you playing the victim? If you're playing the victim, you are suffering your fate. If you're taking the hero's journey, saying all of this is happening for the benefit of my soul, fine, don't gotta like it, what do I gotta do? Then you are taking the hero's journey. And ain't that just a gamble? Well, and really, that's the only game in town. Literally, in the quantum, the only game in town. It is the town and beyond. Where is she now? And our second Major Arcana card, and not just any Major Arcana card, the High Priestess, Isis in this deck. Before it took on a different meaning, that name. Oh, do you remember in the 70s, the TV show? I'm afraid to even say the word now. That's terrible that they did that to the name of the goddess. And I think the media had a lot to do with that too. Oh, blessed be the goddess, the priestess. Now, the High Priestess, considered the virgin, right? The virgin aspect, the empress being the mother. This is about being a vehicle of mystery. In the other deck, the Mythic Tarot, it's Persephone. It is about that keeper of the secrets, the initiated, the intuitive, the subconscious, but the deep, deep knowing of the mysteries. But ultimately, what is any priest or priestess? A channel through which the divine works. This divine feminine might very well be taking the risk to be a channel of divine energy in this soulmate contract. It happens, Pisceans. It's just, are you aware of it or not? The 12th house, right, Pisces, 12th sign, 12th house, is the collective unconscious. It's where technically the river Styx, where it touches the underworld, right? It is connected to all minds, to all hearts, to all souls. A lot of secret stuff there. So with two major, I'm not afraid to see the last card, but I'm just saying before we go there, that's quite a buildup. The past, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Spider Woman, everything interconnected through the web, the quantum web, the priestess in the present moment of that receiving the mystery, channeling the mystery, being a vessel of the divine. And, okay, we've got the Four of Flames. Very interesting. Screeches to a halt with conflict. Conflict. Now, that conflict the nature of which, sure, we can think of as an external conflict, but the conflict is scripted. Has to be. This wouldn't be on the table as if to say, oh, it's not like the divine plan stopped happening. No, no, no. This conflict is written, and can she in this moment accept the mystery and get that the divine is working through her? Can she take the risk when what appears to be a conflict appears? Now, don't worry, we are going to clarify these with other cards. I've got oracles ready on this side of the table. Well, one. We'll get to that. That will show itself. Let's look at this divine masculine addict, because we're dealing with an addict here. So conflict, right? Could be. Where has he been? Well, 5 of Cups. Emotional upset. Right? Only 1 cup left standing, 4 knocked over. Usually something revealed triggers that, right? Kicks 4 of them over, leaves 1 standing. So emotional upset in the recent past in context of this contract. Now again, they might not have met yet. We have to keep that allowance because it's, like I said, it's a general reading. So a lot of major arcana on this side. Let's just see how this balances itself out. I want to know, where is he now in this contract? Major arcana card, the Lovers, which is always about a life-changing decision. Now, since I started working with the Mythic Tarot in these readings, I used to read it when I was in college, to get that there's mythology on every card in the deck, really. But the major arcana cards in particular, this is the Judgment of Paris. Oh my God, the wedding of Harmonia and Cadmus. They did not invite the goddess of discord, Eris. She got pissed off. She took a golden apple, hucked it into the wedding, written on it to the most beautiful goddess. 3 goddesses reached for it. I would never say jumped. Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. Well, no one was going to decide who was the most beautiful goddess, so Zeus summoned Paris, a human, the fairest man on earth, to judge between them. 1 at a time, each goddess came in private, though I'm sure they all knew they were doing it. Hera offered Paris power, governmental power, political power, rule on planet Earth as an emperor, right? Just give me that frickin' apple. Athena comes as wisdom. What do you need with all that power? There will be no questions that will hold you back, right? You will know everything. You'll have infinite wisdom. You could manipulate this world and never have to leave, right, your house, right? Aphrodite, so wisdom, we got power, wisdom. Aphrodite comes, offers him the true love of his life, the most beautiful woman on planet Earth. He gives her the apple. She gives him Helen of Troy, hence the Trojan War. One decision over a piece of fruit. Now granted, one of the apples of immortality, I would have worked my ass off for it as well. But you know what we're saying here? Like one life-changing decision that started a war. The face that launched 1,000 ships is Helen of Troy, and they was warships, all right? Not warships, warships, all right? So he's got a big decision going on that leads to the Ace of Cups. Okay, so it looks like that there is an offer of love here, but that it's a reboot, that there's a decision that this divine masculine addict archetype, as a result of an emotional upset, makes a life-changing decision and chooses love. Now, ultimately, what we want is to balance those 3 goddesses to make lovingly powerful, wise decisions, right? To be loving. Power, love, and wisdom is the threefold flame of the heart. Google it. I'm not going into it in a reading. I teach this stuff. Power, love, and wisdom. It's a long story. It's the fleur de lis, the threefold flame of the heart. It's been called all these different things throughout time. But it's bringing that all into balance, right? So chooses love. Ace of Cups. Offer of love. Perhaps offers love. Now, this conflict here is, of course, now the only thing jumping out to me, because with this 5 of Cups in the past, not such a big deal, but if the divine masculine is watching this and is at this place of the Lovers, do you get that this 5 of Cups had to happen? Why? Because it's not like the quantum is just working for the divine feminine. Oh yeah, the divine plan is just for her. For him, he's loosey-goosey. No, it doesn't work that way. Everything is part of the divine plan, and we don't have to like it. Then again, like a multi-dimensional holographic video game, there's all sorts of shit we don't know about what's going on. but we do have the free will of how we want to play it. Yeah. What we're going to do now is we're going to clarify 2 cards of the Healing with the Angels Oracle. What does each one of these bring to the table in terms of their healing angels, right? What are their spiritual healing gifts, right? That they can help each other heal. Oh my God. Breathe, my Piscean. This feels so deep and so intense. It's like going down into the Mariana Trench, deep water, dark, but good. Nice deep breath. Exhale first. Inhale. Still point. My angels, there you are. Please, 2 cards. One for the Divine Masculine. Sorry, one for the Divine Feminine first, and one for the Divine Masculine. In this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, satisfying, sexual, intimate, romantic, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, soulmate contract for January 2020, though timeless. Please, one for the Divine Feminine Gambler and one for the Divine Masculine. That one, Addict. What are they bringing to the angelic healing table? Manifestation and dreams. All right, let's pull this one back for a moment. Now, manifestation. We manifest thoughts, right? We manifest emotions. Manifestation is a sticky wicket when it comes to what do we manifest and what was just going to fucking happen anyway, right? It's all about levels of consciousness. There is the level where we manifested every single atom, every single particle, subatomic particle in the universe, but we don't remember doing it because we didn't have individualized units of consciousness, memory, and experience yet, right? So of course we don't remember that. Now here, what's interesting, we're on the dream side of that, right? Like if we manifested the dream, we know it's a dream on a certain level, it's holographic, blah, 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 unity consciousness, but that we're also incarnate in the dream and we have forgotten that mostly. Now there's a Piscean coffee clatch discussion, if ever there was one. Philosophy and metaphysics for days, right? And intuitive and past lives and all of that, playing the game. So what she brings to the table as the gambler is that, yeah, by her taking risks, she's able to manifest stuff, including the very conflicts that grow out of that more clarity, right? So if this Divine Feminine can get, you know what, it ain't a gamble unless there's a conflict, right? Unless there's a risk. What's the point of a gamble in life as well as in a game, right? Otherwise it's rigged and it's fixed. Now people will say if it's a divine plan, it is rigged, but it's rigged for the benefit of the soul, not necessarily the personality. The personality might get what it wants, might not. The soul gets what it needs. Snap. That's just how it is. That's just truth. Go read Caroline Myss if you really want a cold, sobering look at all of that. As much as I love my Matt Kahn, mace me in the face. I love Caroline Myss. That's why I use her card. That's why I love her. So what does he bring in? Now here's the thing with the word dreams. First of all, we're talking Pisces energy here. So if this is the Pisces watching this, then get that dreams are tricky things because there are different levels of dream, right? There is the sleepy dream, right? Right, processing your subconscious mind. Been teaching this for decades. Subconscious mind doesn't mean every dream's prophecy. Like if you were watching the movie Jaws while eating a pepperoni pizza and you have a dream that you're being chased down the beach by a vicious pepperoni with rows of teeth, you're either sexually repressed or it's dinner and movie, right? You're just processing all of that. Not every dream is fucking prophecy. So yeah, there's the sleepy time sort of stuff, but then there's also the aspirational dream. The impossible dream, right? It's like I dream. Martin Luther King. Yesterday was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, right? So it's like I had a dream. That aspiration, that visionary quality of life. And of course, then the nocturnal, internal, Piscean, unconscious, subconscious, visionary stuff can merge those two together. So if that's what he's bringing in, he's got a dream, and what's coming is this Ace of Cups, this offering of love and a soulmate contract. This might be his dream come true. And you know, come on, even just playing like basic tarot one-on-one, you got the Ace of Cups right next to the Lovers. Lovers coming first in the timeline, then Ace of Cups. A decision brings an offering of love, one way or the other, giving or receiving. So what we're going to do to clarify that, 2 cards, 1 each, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. The Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. 4 suits in this puppy. We've got the problem suit, which is good to know the problem. That's what each of them would be bringing to be healed in the contract. Remember, soulmate contract to help each other heal. The other 3 suits, healing, obviously the healing that they're bringing, the luck or the grace that they're bringing. And we're asking the Ascended Masters of soulmate contracts. Really, there are specific Ascended Masters that work soulmate contracts as well as twin flame contracts. They're like contract lawyers. At least that's how they've shown themselves to me. They know. Do not Gary Renard me. Do not show up on my fucking couch. With my eyes open, I will dial 911. I'm a witch from New York. Not to mention what might fly out of my hands or mouth. I'm a little Piper Halliwell. Okay, I'm a lot of Piper Halliwell. I'm cooking tonight. Nice deep breath. Oh, Holly Marie Combs, I owe you so much, really, in my heart. Nice deep breath. Find still point. My masters, please, 2 cards, 1 for the Divine Feminine, 1 for the Divine Masculine in this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, soulmate contract, satisfying, like Piper and Leo, satisfying, sexual, intimate, romantic, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, soulmate contract for January 2020, please. A love pack card, an indication. What is the Divine Feminine bringing to the contract? What is the Divine Masculine bringing to the contract? The Masters cracked me up. I gotta say, I was a little intimidated by the idea of them at first, but then I was like, oh, y'all paid bills in lives. You all know. Some of y'all been pregnant. Many of them are pagan. Who knew? Ready? Okay. All right, so the Divine Feminine, feeling unwanted. That's a problem card. Now, feeling unwanted, that might very well be part of the conflict. And that might very well be part of the risk. When you are feeling unwanted, particularly like what are we seeing here in the card? One woman and then all these couples around, must be fucking Valentine's Day. It's not my favorite day of the year. I'll say that. As an empath, fucking nightmare. But with that conflict card there for the gambler and this feeling unwanted, that can be part of the conflict. Because just because you're feeling unwanted doesn't mean you're unwanted, right? There are emotions that we have to feel that, remember, 2% of those emotions might be us. The other 98% might be in the collective unconscious, and as we heal and feel and feel and heal, we clear our energy fields and the quantum of that for all of life, not just humanity. How many animals feel unwanted, abandoned, neglected, and abused? Which is why, like, we hear Sarah McLachlan on the TV and we dive for the remote. The empath is like, I know, I can't, I already donate. Like, I adopted 3 black cat boys because people don't like black cats. They're the best ever. My boys. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. Follow me anywhere. I always talk about my boys. So that feeling unwanted thing, right? Sweetheart, you have got a lot going on in this spread. Feeling unwanted. If that's what you're bringing to the table to have healed in this soulmate contract, well, I got to tell you, what he's bringing to the table is naughtiness. And that is a luck card. A naughty addict making a decision, sweetheart, this is, if this addict is really on his game, really like willing to heal this, then there is some fun that can go on here. There is absolutely a risk here, but the risk is the healing, not what could go wrong. In other words, it can't go wrong. It's just a question of, can you honor the intuition deep inside of you, if you are the Divine Feminine here, right, to take the risk even when everybody else doubts you, to say, no matter what, I have to resolve this contract. I have to heal this in this relationship. Because remember, it doesn't mean you have to sleep with each other. It doesn't mean you have to marry each other. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. This is a relationship moving in that direction. But with the Lovers and the Ace of Cups and the dream come true and the naughtiness here as a result of emotional pain in his past with this contract, again, might have been emotional upset with this Divine Feminine or someone else completely different. Could just be emotional baggage. huge opportunity for healing here. And keep in mind, we're not done, because we have three more cards to hit the table, two of which are the Whispers of Love Oracle. It's such a wonderful deck to represent the voices of the higher selves of all involved. So let's get more info, and then we've got a healing mantra card at the end. So this will be worth it. Nice deep breath. Serious still point. The higher selves of all involved, mine included, please. Two cards, one for the Divine Feminine, one for the Divine Masculine. In this Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, satisfying, sexual, intimate, romantic, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, soulmate, contract for January 2020 or timeless, please. One for the Divine Feminine Gambler here. Words from the higher selves, a whisper of love, and please a whisper of love here for the Divine Masculine Addict archetype. Please, one here for our Divine Masculine. What's she get? Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. I'm going to say to you, the feeling unwanted that you're going through here, yes, might be residual from your own past stuff. Who doesn't have emotional baggage in the romantic realm if you're of a certain age? None of us were taught to deal with our emotions properly, particularly if you are of a certain age. I'm Generation X. We had fun ways of repressing it, and some of us still do. Addict archetype. So as a gambler here, to take the risk that this conflict that's processing through you, talk to it like the child it is. Talk to it like that hurt, abandoned, not feeling good enough, nobody loves me, everybody hates me, guess I'll go eat worms, right? Feeling unwanted. Let that child cry. Know that that child, yeah, it may feel like lead, but it's gold in there, the innocence of your heart, the depth at which you can love, but you must give yourself the love you need. And I feel like the same might very well be the case with this Divine Masculine Addict archetype. We'll see what his card is. But that to speak the language of love, speak it to yourself. Look, we'll see what the mantra card is, but I have a feeling that's going to be part of it. I just do. Because you're in a place of manifesting right now, so why wouldn't you manifest? Because it's time. I'll do this in the overview. That's a little obvious. I'll hit that in the overview for sure. Let's see what he's got going on here. Act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. Now, for a recovering addict, that's really important, right? It's about consequences with choices, right? And life-changing decisions, the decision that he's making here. But now, as I really tune to this card, just looking at it, it's like he has a dream he's trying to make come true. And I think this is why either one of them could be a Pisces, or they're both Pisces, or they have Pisces planets, a different placement. But that this feels like a very... Yes, there's a risk. There's no question there is a risk here in this one. But the risk might also be, it's like, well, then what if this dream doesn't get its chance to come true? But that does mean if this Divine Masculine has not addressed his addictive shit, because we all have it, particularly codependence, right? Cycles of abuse, neglect, codependence, that sort of stuff, medicating the wound of loss, right? If that's not dealt with, that's the gamble here. But to act as if your partner is here. I learned this from Matt Kahn. I forget which one I heard it in, but one of his recordings, video, whatever, audio. If I had everything to win and nothing to lose, how would I act? What would I choose? If I had everything to win and nothing to lose, how would I act? What would I choose? Now, the addict voice in that is be like, I would sell everything and go do coke. Totally from the 80s, by the way. I haven't touched cocaine since the 80s. Keep in mind, I just quit smoking cigarettes like that. But you know what I mean? It's like that is the wound speaking, right? That is the addiction speaking. But to think of that, it's like if I knew I had everything to win and nothing to lose, I would act grateful. Right? I would move forward in a way. What would I choose? I would choose success. I would choose to take the risk. If I really knew that from the soul's perspective, it's all scripted, it's all written, play the game that I'm going to play. And I'm going to play to win. Whether I get what I want or not, I'm going to play, and I'm going to be enthusiastic and play the game. And that's what feels, act as if your partner's here, is a way of sort of keeping them on track that way. Not in a codependent way, but in that way of saying that's what will probably keep me in the more empowered side, right? Helping me recognize and confront addictive behavior in myself and others. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is the one I've been waiting for. The Healing Mantra deck, Matt Kahn. Just mentioned him. These cards are amazing. I highly recommend them just as a personal healing tool. But they've been really helping out in the readings. And people, actually, one of the previous readings of this series, someone's like, I went out and I got them. They're amazing. And they are. And I'm not getting any kickbacks. I don't know him. He don't know me. So there you have it. Spiritual teacher does not have to reinvent the wheel every fucking day. You find shit that works and you pass it on. And teach by example, number one, right? Here we go, my Pisceans. Let's get you a healing mantra. One side of the card is the name of the mantra, so I can look it up in the little bookie book, which I will. And the other side is the mantra itself. Only one, because this is for the contract itself. So regardless of you are the divine masculine or the divine feminine, you chant this for yourself. You integrate this every day for a week, whatever you're guided to do. It will help heal you individually and in the contract en toto. Speaking of a contract, a little Latin for you there. Nice deep breath. Oh, the masters, please. One card in clarity, a healing mantra for this Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, soulmate contract, this satisfying, sexual, intimate, romantic, sexual, did I mention sexual, romantic, satisfying, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, soulmate contract for January 2020, though timeless. Whoever needs to see it and hear this will see it and hear it when they need to, please. And the most helpful, the most truly helpful healing mantra for this soulmate contract. Let's see who we got. Polishing my heart. Polishing my heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. No duh, Pisces, right? Think of it. Every emotion that you feel moves through you, right? Moves through you. We are not our emotions. The fish ain't the water. The fish swims in the water, right? Fish breathe water. Pisceans breathe emotion. Right? So I could go on forever with the aquatic symbolism alone, right? Ebb and flow, right? Wave after wave, cresting and breaking on the shores of life, bloody fucking blah, blah, blah. Let me read you this one. Polishing my heart. Polishing my heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. Duh. Yet we run from it, right? Well, what's an addiction? What are addictions for? Repressed for success. Here, have a drink. Have a cake. Have some dick. Sorry, that just tends to be mine. Did I mention I have an oral fixation and no gag reflex? Polishing my heart. Polishing my heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. When your heart is polished, you are able to honor each emotion for its potent healing properties. A polished heart doesn't take sides, cast blame, or maintain grudges. It faces life openly, willing to feel whatever sensations life may inspire, just for the chance to transform into higher aspects of perfection. This mantra is ideal for unraveling emotional stuckness, easing worry, and cultivating bravery. Like a gambler and an addict in a soulmate contract. Holy fuck balls. Well, you know I'm going to be chanting this shit. And by the way, today's the first day of dark moon. New moon's on the 24th. Yeah, we are in the dark moon. 3 days before new moon, honey. That's when this shit comes up. At least it's not dark moon in Pisces. Knock wood, right? So let's give you your overview here, shall we? a nice Piscean flipper, magic clap, because we're starting off with the divine feminine gambler archetype in the shadow, relying on luck rather than hard work. Well, honey, there is hard work going on here, but it's mostly internal. The light attribute, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. And with the Wheel of Fortune, right? The divine timing card, something woven into the divine tapestry of this Piscean's life in the past, really not tuning into much more than that, except that it brings her into this present moment of being in the mystery, the high priestess, the virgin, not knowing yet, having the deep intuitive knowledge and knowing that maybe nonverbal, more intuitive, that there is something going on here, right? That gambler archetype, to trust her intuition and follow it even when others may doubt her, particularly because there's an addict involved on the table here, which of course then does lead to a Four of Flame conflict. And just tuning with this right now, seeing that feeling unwanted card, it might be that thing of, well, I want to, but I don't want to, right? The feeling unwanted, that might be that there's a feeling that she doesn't know that she wants to deal with all of this herself. But then again, that could be the manifestation of feeling unwanted, right? Do I want to get involved in another situation here and end up feeling unwanted because someone's got a monkey on their back, somebody's got an addiction, somebody's got a pattern that is more important to them than their own health, or than by any stretch me. Been there, done that, have the burnt t-shirt. And the angel that she's bringing to the table, though, is manifestation. And with that card of the High Priestess, we're really looking at taking a risk to manifest something worthwhile. Though struggling with that feeling unwanted, that's definitely part of that conflict. It's like, well, I could really, I can bring to the table such manifestation, such healing, such love. But that thing of feeling unwanted there, I don't know if this other person even wants me or this, but then to speak the language of love, the whisper of love from the higher self, loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. And I would recommend, if you are the divine feminine, take the risk. Speak to yourself the words you always wanted to hear. Talk to that child of your heart, whether you call it inner child work or your emotional exorcism. Talk to your emotions. They are the children within you, and give them the love, the voice that they need. Shifting over here, well, because that's polishing the heart, but we'll get to that. Looking at the divine masculine addict archetype on this side, the shadow attribute, compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And I see with that Five of Cups in the past that would be this type of emotional upset, change, trauma that would trigger someone to allow an addictive pattern to have power over their inner spirit because they're in emotional pain. But the light attribute helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior both within yourself and in others. So with that light side hopefully kicking in here, or at least this is what this soulmate contract is about, helping each of them heal, then it does make sense from that Five of Cups comes the Lover's card. That, yes, sure, there is love on the table here. That's the nature of the spread that we're doing in this series with the romantic soulmate contracts. But that there is a life-changing decision on the table here, and the divine masculine looks like he's going to have to make it, but leading into that Ace of Cups, that regardless of the decision made, that there is an offering of love here as a result of this decision, whether it is given or received, or mutually so. But right under that is that card of dreams, that angel card of healing dreams, that, yes, divine masculine, look to your subconscious nocturnal dreams if you're that kind of dreamer. I'm not. Like, I don't remember dreams for shit. I know I have them. I just don't know what went on. But also those aspirational dreams, those life dreams, right? Oh, your heart's desires, your dreams come true, because what he's also bringing is the luck of naughtiness, that maybe there's a way of circumventing a lot of this pain and severity with the addiction aspect piece of this by saying, well, you know what, let's just run away. Let's just trip about. Let's just do this but keep an eye on the toxicity there for both of you. But, you know, toxicity also does need to come up in order to be healed. So what's the voice of the higher self here for the divine masculine? Act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them and will be an influence on whether that naughty turns into something really dark, destructive, and unhealthy, or is that lucky, let's get away, let's just, and breaking the rules, but in a way that is lucky and healing and fun. What brings us back to it all is the healing mantra, polishing my heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. Now, as a Pisces moon, feeling is a power that helps me heal. And because I have healed through what I have felt, I am able to stand in the energy fields of other people while they are feeling things without having to shut them down or run away from them, right? The compassion, that the depth of my own feeling, the depth of my own grief is the depth of how deeply I can love. So feeling is a power that helps me heal. And if everybody's taking responsibility for what they're feeling, bringing love to it, bringing it into a safe environment, and not acting necessarily on the more painful emotions, right? Not allowing it to influence our conduct, hence the addictive pattern of this. Hey, we all do the best that we can. Then there is really a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, big influence on the healthy here, opportunity in this Piscean soulmate contract. Pretty heavy duty, my Piscean, my fishies. And like I said, I can really identify to an extent with this divine feminine gambler, because right now it's like, yeah, I'm involved with people, but I don't know how much I want to get involved in anything too deeply. I just got through, and I'm still healing a twin flamer, a 20-year twin flame. So, you know, that thing, it's like, I don't know what I want, right? A conflict. So I can relate to that. But there is definitely an opportunity here to polish the heart, that everyone can heal as a result of this if both of them will know that feeling is a power that helped me heal. Acting on it, burning down the house, and drinking everything in a 10-mile radius, not so much. Or sleeping with everyone in a 10-mile radius, not so much. Note taken. So may the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in their soulmate contracts for January 2020, that they may grow, that they may heal, that they may polish their hearts by feeling what needs to be felt in the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest way possible for their well-being, for the completion of the divine plan, and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Always a pleasure reading for my Pisceans. And if you want a personal reading, hit me up. My info's in the description box below. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Insta. I'm even on Twitter, ProfWitch, at ProfWitch on Twitter. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed. It was a really, really fun cycle, this series. I enjoyed it a whole hell of a lot. So I really do appreciate you playing along. But for now, my darlings, my Pisceans, my mer family, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.